Welcome to the Intimate Marriage Podcast. I'm your host, Alexandra Stockwell. I'm a physician and an intimate marriage expert, and I specialize in showing couples how to have incredible, passionate relationships. I've been married for 25 years. My husband and I have 4 children and full professional lives, and we've created an amazing relationship. If you want to deepen your understanding of your own relationship and learn to access new heights of emotional, sensual, and erotic intimacy, you're in the right place. I will show you how now. Let's dive in. This podcast will be dropping November 24th, 2021, the day before Thanksgiving in the United States. So if you're listening when this podcast drops, how are you feeling? How is your stress level? Because the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is often when it all starts, when it all intensifies. It used to be the most frequent day for travel. In other words, of the 365 days, the greatest number of people and flights occurred the day before Thanksgiving. I don't actually know if that's true since the pandemic, but travel, maybe you're getting your home ready for people to visit, either to stay overnight or to arrive for the meal tomorrow, shopping, planning things, making sure your turkey is defrosted. And then Thanksgiving comes with some wonderful moments and typically a lot of stressful preparations. And then the comatose postprandial time. Then Black Friday. Are you one of those people who gets up at 3 or 4 in the morning in order to get to your chosen store and be at the front of the line in order to take advantage of the sales before stock is gone? I wonder if that's going to be even worse this year because just the supply chains and there's less inventory in most stores. I sure hope not. Anyway, yeah, with Thanksgiving, it all begins. The joyful holiday season and the stress, especially if you're a hardworking professional who looks forward to some vacation and instead at home, there is extra work to do. Cooking, planning, creating experiences that have your children remember fondly, shopping, having toys arrive, but making sure they're hidden so you can wrap them and bring them out at the right moment. This year, Hanukkah is earlier on November 28th. Christmas is always at the same time. Perhaps you celebrate another holiday, Kwanzaa, the winter solstice, whatever it is. What I'm going to say in this episode is for you because we are in a society that gets frenetic and puts our schedules on steroids. It's probably a little simpler without so many office parties and various professional celebrations this year, definitely last year. Do your kids still have performances, plays, and Christmas concerts and holiday concerts and whatever the case may be? I just know that even though this is a beautiful time and there are all the movies on Netflix that are reminding us about the magic of this time and how special it can be, it is also a time where there is an undercurrent of stress that we don't even necessarily have time to think about or do anything about. This time of year, I often think of my friend Maureen, whose mother was a devoted Catholic mother. I forget if there were 6 or 7 children in the family. Anyway, she was a teacher, had a full-time job, ran her household, cooked and cleaned with help from the children as they grew, of course, at least the girls. That was how it was in their family. And there was always another baby for a number of years. And she really cared about making Christmas beautiful for the family. They went to midnight mass, and in the morning, Santa Claus had brought all kinds of special things to make it a beautiful day. And what my friend Maureen remembers most is that at 7 in the morning, her mother was asleep on the couch and basically slept through all of the things that she had prepared for. So she created these amazing experiences for the rest of her family and was so worn out that she would sleep through it and miss those moments of awe and joy as each child opens a gift or kids take toys and start playing with them and all of the special moments of that time. I myself aim to live with intentionality. And one of the reasons that I teach what I teach about creating intimacy in marriage and committed relationship, and then also parent in the way that I do, which I shared with 2 different episodes this fall, one in September on my daughter's birthday, and then one just 2 weeks ago when I shared an interview with my son Matthew, who's 9. Everything that I do, I hope it's evident, I do with intentionality. So I'm interested in how other people live to a degree in order to get some clarity. Honestly, a lot of the times the clarity is not to do things the way they do. And then other times the clarity is to see what inspires me and how I'm going to make something my own. And I have had this attitude with the holidays as well. I don't want to be like Maureen's mother. I don't want to be a martyr putting my attention, my love, my amazing time management skills into place in order to create something incredible for my family that I'm too worn out to be a part of. Or maybe I could participate. I'm just so sleep deprived because I've been making sure that everyone in my office has a gift and my kids do. And I have mailed off things to nieces and nephews. And oh my gosh, you can feel my energy dropping as I get into this. But let me tell you, that is just to set the context so I can tell you another way, because I haven't felt depleted in this way around the holidays in many years. And in fact, last year, I created a coaching program for women who also wanted to transform their holidays, bring more intentionality, more ease, more peace, more meaningful connection, more beautiful memories, and really have everyone in the family feel more nourished. It was an amazing program last year, and I'm doing it again this year. It's called Uncompromising Intimacy: How High Achieving Women Access Joy During the Holidays. I love that title. How High Achieving Women Access Joy During the Holidays. So if you're a man listening, just keep listening because there's plenty to learn in this episode, and maybe tell a woman you care about this program. We start December 1st, 2021, and you can get all of the details about the program at alexandrastockwell.com/holiday. I'll just say it again. It's alexandrastockwell.com/holiday. And again, the name of the program is Uncompromising Intimacy: How High Achieving Women Access Joy During the Holidays. In the first class, we're going to talk about how you feel during the holidays, how you felt in prior holidays, how you feel anticipating this one, and what your desires are. And once you have clarity about that, and I promise if you join me in this program, you're going to discover feelings and desires that you probably did not know you had. And when you have that clarity, you have a much better chance of actually making them come true. In week 2, we're going to talk about how to successfully communicate with loved ones about what you want and desire and about what they want and desire. There is an art to having this kind of communication so that neither one of you are compromising and you both share what you actually want, or maybe not just both. It doesn't have to be just two of you, depending on how you do the holidays. Maybe this includes extended family, maybe it includes your children. But we often skip this step of finding out what you want, and based on what you wanted in childhood or what you were jealous of a friend having in childhood, we end up creating these elaborate experiences, which sometimes just miss the mark in terms of what is going to touch our hearts and fill our bellies with just the right amount of delicious food. One of the things about the holidays is that, sure, you can do it entirely by yourself if that's what you want, but that is uncommon. For most of you, it's going to involve co-creating an experience with other people. And that requires next level skills in collaborating. And so I'm going to give you a few pointers so that whatever the dynamic is with your family, and again, this might be your extended family, this might be parents, step parents, in laws, it might just be you and your children. Your situation is whatever it is. And the holidays are going to be better when you focus on collaboration rather than feeling like it's your job to create the experience for everyone. Because I know you, that's how we are. We high achieving women are used to being the linchpin, being the one who makes things happen, even if we delegate. In other words, we have the vision for how things can be, even if we assign this person to bake a pie and this person to put out these decorations and this person to do that or whatever. That's delegating. It's so important. Don't dial down on delegating, but collaborating is a whole other energy, more co-creative. So then the next class, we're going to focus on making meaningful memories. There is an art to focus on things being meaningful. And I'm going to teach that in this program, Uncompromising Intimacy, How High Achieving Women Access Joy During the Holidays. And then our final class is on the art of reflection. Because when it comes to the holidays, it's so loaded, the meanings that we give the holidays. So you want to be able to reflect on it, to make a note about what you would do differently next year, about what you would do the same. And rather than just going through the whirlwind of the holidays and getting yourself into January, you can really take a moment, have a cup of tea, get your journal out, and just as you start this holiday season with intentionality and dialogue with yourself, and then you expand to include others, you can close up the experience being in dialogue with yourself and really savoring the joy that you've accessed. You want to join me? Last year, it really was so amazing. I'm realizing I should have pulled up the testimonials that I have. Maybe I'll do that right now while I'm speaking to you, because one in particular, actually, all of the testimonials I received really touched my heart, but one in particular, it's Christina Park, who is my attorney. She's an amazing estate and legacy attorney. And so we meet with her regularly. And so I met with her, my husband and I met with her recently, and she just referred to the holiday coaching program from last year and talked about how it really has changed her life because she realized that she's been approaching the holidays with her two young children with all kinds of unrealistic expectations and ideas about what she needs to create in order for them to be able to get to adulthood and feel that they had a happy childhood. But oh my goodness, that is not really how it works. And what she described is through hearing what other women had to say, as well as my teaching, she just was able to access joy and be a source of joy and follow the clues about how to create more joy for everyone in her family. And I'm just looking quickly because I didn't prepare this here. This is something she said. The program created room for me to give myself permission to nurture myself as a person, not just in my function as a mom, a wife, or an attorney. I'm truly grateful for the wisdom I gained. And, there's a way in which I'm pointing to some really deep things, but just glancing over Christina's testimonial reminds me that accessing joy during the holidays, that means having more fun, having the holidays be something that delight you. And instead of anticipating them with a sinking feeling of your to-do list growing 3 or 4 times its usual length, and believe me, I know its usual length isn't really that short. Instead of that, come join me in uncompromising intimacy, how high achieving women access joy during the holidays, and instead, from the inside out, learn how to have fun and delight and really be nurtured by this seasonal time, which is an opportunity to step away from what's happening the rest of the year and use it to have more joy. So I really hope you join me, alexandrastockwell.com/holiday. And whether you join me or whether you don't, I am wishing you the most meaningful, delightful, ease-filled time from now into the new year with honoring yourself and honoring what really matters to you and the people you love.
Thank you for listening to the Intimate Marriage Podcast. For more information about Alexandra, her book, and her coaching services, go to theintimatemarriagepodcast.com.